We continue to celebrate Youth Month. The Forbes Africa's 30 under 30 list celebrates young people making a difference in their communities and in their careers. Now, this week, we'll meet 26-year-old businessman Dorn Ndlovu. He is one of the candidates who's been nominated. This is a list of Africa's most promising young changemakers. The 2019 list will be announced later this week. Ndlovu joins me now in the studio to tell me a little bit more about what he does and where he started. Dorn, very good morning. Are you well?
Very well, thank you.
Good,
Thanks
good.
for having me here.
So, you started at the age of 19. You were handing out promotional leaflets in Midrand in Joburg.
Absolutely.
That's where you started that spirit of, trying to start your own thing.
Way before Mall of Africa.
So, way before Mall of Africa.
Way before Mall of Africa. Well, basically, a bit of brief background about myself. Dorn Ndlovu is a self-disciplined businessman. Born in Mpumalanga, Bushbuck Ridge, and also raised in Secunda, in Valencia. So I actually started my career off with as little as handing out flyers, selling off shoes, and also I would be that guy at the robots giving you leaflets on every single weekend. So the 26-year-old, fast forward to 2019, the 26-year-old me right now is actually a director in 2 companies and a board member of 1.
Okay, just rewind a little bit. In 2016, you were appointed the secretary of the SMME desk in Heidelberg. How did that come about?
Okay, in 2016, well, that came about in the sense of was a group of young entrepreneurs in Heidelberg, which is in the East Rand of Gauteng, where George Clark, which is a national coach, and the Heidelberg Business Chamber and the City Bank community came up with a proposal for young entrepreneurs to come into play, into fruition within the concept. So what happened was, I could say I outran every single person who was on that field, and I became a secretary for the Heidelberg Business Chamber.
Okay.
For SMME Business Chamber.
For SMMEs, yes. You seem like a very driven young man, at the age of 26. Where does this come from when you look at your own background?
Looking at my own background, basically I would say this was a seed planted without even knowing it was planted. My grandmother actually had a business which was selling alcohol, or which was selling cold drinks, also rented out rooms. So that seed was already planted at the back of my mind, but then it only came to fruition when certain key watering elements came into play, where my brother would say, who's also my partner, would say that, look, salaries are better than wages, and profits are better than salaries. And when those concepts came into a full focus, I then channeled my knowledge and understanding of the business industry, having studied business management and having studied economics as well. So with all these experts in play, I then focused my whole energy in becoming.
When you look at the unemployment rate in South Africa of youth, I mean, it's way, it's sky high at the present moment. What's your advice to a young guy who's sitting at home thinking, listen, I need to go and study, take my CV around and look for a job? What's the best thing you can do right now?
My advice to any young person, no matter what the background, no matter what the race, is that starting something is not easy. Because the truth of the matter is, your challenges will be as big as what you strive for. So the bigger you want to strive, the bigger your challenges would be. However, if you want to drop off your CVs, it definitely is what we need to looking for. We're looking for qualified people. Because one of the challenges we find in our companies on a day-to-day is that we don't always find qualified people to fit the opportunity, the gap in the market, you see. So if I can just elaborate a bit further, okay, I'm attached in 3 companies. The first company is Junction Logistics, which actually works with trades actually and imports and exports. The second company is Hamilton Holdings, with a subdivision of Hamilton Projects. Okay, now what happens in that instance is an electromechanical company, engineering company, and Entrepreneurs Blueprint Africa, which is a PR and communications marketing company. You see.
Now you started with just a 750 Rand loan from your father, and your company grew up 100% each year from 2016 up to date. That's a growth of 100%.
100% every single year. You know, the funny story is that many people don't know. 2016 was the year that my father actually was not employed. But he actually gave me 750 to actually start my own company, you see. Now, 750, spending a whole year of not having any income whatsoever, to being in November that year, it was actually my first breakthrough with business cards. So I had to deliver a business card. I had no capital for it. Now, my dad was there, like, listen, there's an opportunity. After knocking on so many doors, what would you do? I knocked one more time on that door, and that's how it all started off.
That's always the problem, difficult part, isn't it? For young black entrepreneurs, anybody can come up with a brilliant idea, but it's that seed funding. It's that money that, you know, coming out of your family, you don't have a rich uncle and that type of thing. It's a difficult thing, isn't it? That startup capital. It's
very, very difficult. However, what happens is on every single door you knock on, there's another door next door. You knock on that door, and what actually happens at the end of it, you actually have enough momentum to one day buy back all the doors that actually closed on you. So you need to have a starting point, and my starting point was actually how it all happened.
Okay, so what's up for the future? What are you looking forward to? You're only 26, you're still a baby.
10 years from now, let's say if I have put a perspective of 10 years from now, I would say Junction Logistics, we want to move into the pipeline logistics. With Hamilton Projects and Hamilton Holdings, we want to move into the space of electrical, mechanical, let's say Hamilton Institute. Okay. When it comes to Entrepreneur's Blueprint, what we're looking forward to do is, seeing that's the fourth industrial revolution, we need to catch up to it, but we'd like to move into that space as well and become a paper-free marketing industry.
Do you think government is doing enough to support young entrepreneurs like yourself?
I actually like that question. I'll tell you why. This past week was the SONA, right? And our president actually put up a challenge. I listened to the radio station the very next day. Some people actually saw that as, and earmarked it, a dreamer. But that is what will build a country, a dreamer. So I'll even further elaborate. He made mention of a couple of opportunities that are coming to South Africa or already in South Africa. Now, what I want to put out there to every single businessman, every single businesswoman, is that instead of earmarking dreamers, why don't we say where and how do we take part in this? Because this is one opportunity that we cannot miss out on.
Okay, so you're saying, Mr. President, I'm going to take you up on this. When that money comes in or flow, whatever type of investment it is, you're going to find your space within that. That's what you're
Absolutely.
saying.
There's no other way around it. Because, Mr. President, thank you for putting it out there. And thank you for actually showing that with a dream, there is an end goal.
All right, fantastic. Look, good luck with your dream, and also good luck. Hope you make that list. You'll be nominated, Forbes Africa, under 30. You're one of the nominees for that for 2019. We'll find out, I think, is later on this month.
Actually, if I can say something about that, I actually noticed that there is a under 30 meetup. Which you can actually get your tickets. So, yes, it'll be on the 28th.
Okay, fantastic. Good luck with that.
Yes.
Fantastic stuff. Good talking to you. Young entrepreneur, 26 years old. His name is Dorn Ndlovu. As we celebrate Youth Month, so go out there and get your piece of the pie by yourself. That's what he's saying.